All right, hello. It is around 12:30, Saturday, October 27, 2018, and the storm is starting to wind down over the area. Good thing is it was moving very fast. You can see most of the rain has now moved north of the area. So we want to take a look at this storm on the satellite as well. And here it is. It's moving very, very quickly, this coastal storm, already moving out of here and into New England. And so the winds are starting to calm down a little bit. All right, we're going to go over the power outage situation, which has improved a lot. Uh, PSCG Long Island, we haven't had as many power outages as I feared so far. I've not seen this number go above like 8,000, so it's pretty much been around. It's fluctuating between 6,000 and 8,000 outages. Most of these outages are small, scattered outages. No really big outages that are affecting a lot of people at once. Most of them are small outages, probably due to trees down on secondary lines. And most of the outages seem to be occurring. Let's see where they're occurring. We're going to zoom out a little bit. Yeah, North Shore, Central. No surprise, not as many on the South Shore because it's tree related. And also not that many on the East End, even though the East End was forecast to get hit harder. I don't see that many. Let's see, we got this one. Yeah, most of these are just small outages that are affecting less than 50 customers each. Some of them are larger. This one is larger. Here's one that's 85 customers in West Hampton. Riverhead, there's one at 123. But most of these are scattered. Let's see. Looks like there is a larger one in Shoreham. Let's see if most of these are just scattered small outages, probably due to tree branches on wires. So. Not the impact for the power outages hasn't been too bad. It's been very scattered, small outages for the most part. If we look at JCP&L, they were hit a lot harder actually, and that number of 5,482 was up near almost 19,000 earlier this morning. So they were able to restore a lot of power there. They got hit a lot harder with the wind in Jersey. We're gonna take a look at the wind gusts in a minute, but they got hit a lot harder with the wind. So. We have to actually, their map works differently. We have to zoom in for the outages. Some of these outages were on the large side. I know there was a large one in Brick that was over 1,500 customers this morning, but they've restored a lot of customers, so now it probably leaves mostly smaller power outages across the area. Ocean County and Monmouth County got a lot of wind. That wind was really coming in from the east. The Long Branch looks like it was hit pretty hard too by power. So these areas right along the water here, we're getting the worst of that wind, and that's why you had all the damage over there in these areas, because the wind was literally coming in right off the ocean, and that's why you're having those problems. So we're going to go over to the wind gusts now and see. We're going to first take a look at the rainfall reports for our area. Nothing too remarkable with the rainfall. Say most of these numbers, this is public information statement as of 9:37 a.m. Those rainfall numbers are probably higher. I'll probably have to do another weather update later on when we get the total information on. But Suffolk County rainfall in Middle Island 1.09 inches. So basically an inch. Nothing really. The rain wasn't the big story. It was the wind. We had some strong winds. Let's see what we got here. Some of the highest wind gusts. One buoy south of Atlantic Beach got 58 miles an hour. Another one south of Robert Moses State Park got 54 miles an hour. Shinnecock got 51 miles an hour, and even in Westchester, there, Larchmont Harbor, 55 miles an hour. But the worst of the winds was actually in New Jersey. We're looking at the Rutgers Weather Network, and we have a 62 mile an hour wind gust around Harvey Cedars, so right along the Jersey Shore here, 59 miles an hour at Seaside Heights. And Point Pleasant, Seagirt, 57 mile an hour wind gusts. So you can see where the strong winds really hit into Ocean County and southern Jersey. And this seems to be where the strong winds were for the most part. They did not really, get too far inland over here. It's mostly the southern part of Jersey because that wind was coming in off the water. That's the thing with New Jersey. And you have an east wind, it's literally coming in right off the ocean. There's nothing to stop it for miles because it's coming in right off the open ocean. So that when an east wind blows, they usually do get hit harder. Let's go look at the storm total precip. So I want to look at that too. All right, so this is their little map of the precipitation for the rain. So it looks like this is a radar estimate. So this is from the Doppler radar. I was hoping this would be observations, but it's not. All right, go to air temperature. All right, so air temperatures warmed up to near 60. Over Long Island, actually, it's showing up some of the observations on Long Island, 52. So it's a little cooler here, no surprise. So we'll go back to this because I want to go over some flooding reports here. There was a local storm report from Freeport of 2.5 to 3 feet of inundation along Freeport's nautical mile. Bulkhead by the Great South Bay is overtopped. So there's been some flooding on the South Shore and probably flooding along the Jersey Shore too. But I wouldn't expect too much news coverage from News 12 on this because, well, they're too busy covering national news events. Once again, more national news events that I'm not going to get into here. This is about local weather. So I think that's going to conclude this weather update. Let me go over some observations here. Just go over some observations and see what we have here as far as conditions across the area. So a 54 degrees at West Hampton, northeast wind 14 gusting to 31, and the dew point has risen up to 51 out there. So the dew point is a little higher there. If we go further west, we have a lower dew point here, slightly at 50 degrees, temperature 52, northeast wind at 21 gusting to 33. This is at Farmingdale. And if we go and we look at Central Park, let's go look at Central Park, 47 degrees, dew point 45. So the further west you go, it's a little cooler, a little less humid, though it's really not that humid anywhere. And then we'll go and we'll look at Toms River and see what they have. So they're probably going to be warmer than everybody else. And sure enough, they are. 58 degrees, always the hot spot. 58 degrees, and look at the dew point. It actually is a little humid there in Toms River. Dew point is up to 57. So, yeah, because they're further south. That is why. So that'll conclude this weather update. I will have a more extensive weather update for you. Hopefully later on we can get some more information on what exactly happened with the storm. I'm sure there's been flooding along the beaches and coastal areas, and I'm going to try to get that information. Hopefully the Weather Service will provide that. I'm really not counting on the local media to provide that because, once again, they're probably too busy covering national news stories that don't really affect us here on Long Island. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Thank you for watching.